Hey guys, what's going on here? My name is AU, and I just got done watching perhaps the greatest wrestling show I've ever watched. But that's a really strong statement to make, and I'm coming off the hype of it. So obviously my opinion's a little shaken at the moment. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again, and then again, and possibly another after those other 2 times. But it was excellent, and if you haven't watched it, I'm going to tell you, no, I'm not going to tell you why. If you haven't watched it, you should really watch it, but I'm still going to review it anyway. We're going to go match by match. I'm not going to try to take up too much time, but I'm just going to tell you why I think, as of right now, this very moment of time, April 1st, 2016, 11:28 p.m., why NXT Takeover Dallas is the greatest wrestling show that I've ever seen. Before we go match by match, we freaking saw 2 wrestling icons in the crowd just to say, yeah, they're coming soon. We saw freaking Kota Ibushi, the freaking DDT Japan god, and then we saw Bobby Roode. It's wrestling time. Oh my god, I'm really excited about that, but I'm not going to be able to muster up really good words. But the opening match, which was, this was very short match, a very short match card. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We only had 5 matches that filled 2 hours, and let me tell you, each one was fantastic. Like, you can make a case that for each match that it was the match of the night, and that's exactly what we wanted. Mania's gonna have a hard time. I doubt that they can live up to this goal that we watched. But the opening match was the Revival, aka Dash and Dawson, versus the American Alpha, aka Chad Gable and Jason Jordan. For the American Alpha, it's a long time coming. They should have got these titles a long time ago. And Corey Graves kind of made the remark of, man, they're already at the tag team title scene, and they debuted in July. I'm like, well, July, that's almost a year. Like, they should have been here a lot sooner, but this is the showcase. This is the stage that they deserve to get their shine. They're going to be on the main roster soon, and they're so over, dude. The chance that they're getting, it was insane. They deserve all they're getting, and I can't wait to see what happens to them. And the Revival, Dash and Dawson, they're a fantastic tag team. Everybody says they're old school, and they kind of are, but they broke up. How they broke up the tag for the American Alpha was mind-boggling. The dude ran under it was crazy. I'm not going to try to go move by move, but there were a few botches on the Revival side, which I was surprised to see that, but there were a couple botches, and we got a Botchamania chant that was bumping. I was like, oh my goodness. It was insane. A fantastic match. The American Alpha win, and they finally win the NXT Tag Team titles. Gable and Jordan are the real deal, and they finally got theirs. The next match is a very anticipated one, with Austin Aries finally debuting. I was not rooting for Austin Aries. I got a lot of heat on Twitter for that, but I was rooting for my man, Baron Corbin. It was obviously a huge debut. I wanted to see Baron Corbin go over, but this was an excellent match. We got to see the side of Corbin that I like seeing. It's not the Corbin that's screaming a lot. Like, he was screaming, but he wasn't just screaming, ah! He was screaming words, and he was talking crap to the crowd. And that's the Baron Corbin that's really the strongest to me. When Baron Corbin doesn't give a crap, talks crap to his opponent, and talks crap to his fan, and, he does the little arm thing to the fans. I love it. It was an excellent match. But Aries went over, which I was upset, but Baron Corbin better win that freaking Andre the Giant Battle Royal, or I'm going to be upset. So hopefully we see that. And the next match, I'm a little sick, I'm sorry, but the next match was one of the most anticipated matches that I think I've ever seen, just because I put so much hype, because I'm a New Japan I'm a New Japan Pro Wrestling fanboy, no doubt about it. Since Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles left, I put all my trust in Kenny Omega, and he's doing his thing, and I'm loving some New Japan Pro Wrestling right now. It's going to be hard to be as good. I don't know. I'm not going to talk about New Japan. We're talking about NXT Takeover Dallas. But this is one of the most anticipated matches for me. And then Shinsuke Nakamura came out, and his theme was perfect. Like the past 2 weeks, I was thinking, man, how is this theme going to go? And I did not imagine the beautiful violin that played. Oh, my heart. It was the greatest thing that I've ever witnessed. Him coming out and like the flashes of lights as he's doing his moves. Like, oh, I'm going to have to rewatch that the second I freaking get over with this little review. And then I'm going to edit fast so I can rewatch this match. Hopefully you guys are feeling the hype like I am. Because if you guys don't, I just sound like an idiot. But I'm actually speechless. Zayn was gold. Like, he did. Yeah. You gotta rewatch that match. You gotta rewatch that match after this, of course, because I'm a big priority. I'm a big deal. Sami Zayn is gold. Nakamura is the best. It was fantastic. I literally bought his t-shirt already. I already bought a Shinsuke Nakamura t-shirt. I marked out. I'm sorry. But one of the greatest matches I've ever seen. But I think it's just because I'm a New Japan fanboy a little bit. And seeing Nakamura finally come here it got me speechless. But the next match, which was just another fantastic match, and women's wrestling's here. And Asuka finally gets her time. Her time has come. And Bayley looked like a champion. Like, she looked like a champion. She's went through so many freaking obstacles. She is ready for that main roster. She's ready to hug Vince McMahon. Hopefully she gets they need to book her right. And hopefully those new writers that, you know, that got hired supposedly, hopefully they know what they're doing. And hopefully we can get this Divas Revolution rolling. I actually heard that the women's championship might be coming back. I think they're eliminating the Diva term after WrestleMania. That's what I've heard. Hopefully it's true. And then we can get some real women's revolution going. But Asuka versus Bayley, like I said, it's Asuka's time's come. Bayley looked like a champ. It was the perfect ending to a good match and a fantastic championship run. They got Asuka got Bayley in the Asuka lock, and Bayley passed out. That was the perfect way, because I could never really imagine Bayley getting pinned, just because she's went through so many obstacles. She's done so many things. But then again, there was no way in my mind that Asuka wasn't walking out of Dallas with the title. So it was the perfect ending. She passed out. She didn't tap out. She didn't get pinned. She passed out. So she loses the title, but she still looks like a warrior, and that was excellent. That was just fantastic. And now the main event. It had to try to outdo some of the best matches of 2016. And it did a great job. It did a fantastic job right at the get-go. I doubt this was a cut. I think it was legit. I have to look back at it. I didn't even see it, actually. I was like looking away, then I looked back and Joe's just bleeding because they were like doing their face-off. And during the face-off, supposedly he just got cut somehow. I don't know if he did it. I don't know if it was intentional. Sorry, I've had the flu. I'm gonna tell you guys 9 minutes in that I've actually had I just got over having the flu, so I had the flu for a week. So my words are weird, my voice sounds funky, but I wrote in my little notes, red makes green, but I'm not gonna let the Big Show control my mind. See, I got that quote from the Big Show. Despite, like I said, despite the previous matches, they did excellent. Joe looked like a monster. Like, he looked scary. Oh gosh, I'm cramping up. He looked scary. Obviously with the blood, it just amplified it. And he looked like a madman. He was he was getting way more chance than Finn. It was like they were doing, you know, the Let's Go Joe, Let's Go Finn, not that exact, but something like that. And the Joes were, the Joes were thunderous. I mean, they were absolutely thunderous. People were furious at the ending about Finn Balor getting a clean victory over Joe, but it's the only ending that made sense, because he was going for the Muscle Buster. I believe I don't have it exact, but I think he was going for the Muscle Buster. He had him on the top rope. He's putting him up, but as he's lifting him in the air, Finn gets his shoulders down somehow and sneaks in a 1-2-3. It's the ending that makes the most amount of sense, because there's not going to be a Finn Balor heel turn. Well, there wasn't, because I was hoping so much to see Anderson and Gallows come out. I would have lost my crap. I put on my Twitter, I'm just gonna cry if they come out. And then I started hearing the chants like, we want Gallows, we want Carl, or something like that. I'm like, oh, is this happening? And then people on Twitter were like, that I was talking to, they're like, I think it's happening. But there's no heel turn for Finn, so that means he has to get a clean victory, and it has to be still make Joe look strong. It's just the only ending that makes sense. They're not going to give Joe the title, because he's about to be on Monday Night Raw, people, and that's going to be insane. So see ya Monday, Joe. It's going to be insane. He's looking strong as crap. He's probably, I don't know what he's going to do. I'm excited for post WrestleMania Raw. So those were the matches. NXT Takeover Dallas lived up to my expectations and exceeded in every aspect. Except for where the heck was Elias Sampson versus Apollo Crews. A lot of people didn't dig it, but I don't know. I actually don't know if people were digging it or not. I didn't really check. So if you made it to the 12-minute mark of this video, tell me if you were digging Elias Sampson. I was digging the guy. And then I heard their Apollo Crews versus Elias Sampson was going to be on this card, and that was like one of my most hyped matches. I want to see Elias Sampson in action. Like, that's what I wanted to see, people. But I didn't get to see it. I was so mad. But that's my flu voice. I feel like an 80-year-old grandma. Oh my gosh, I'm pathetic. But a fantastic pay-per-view. I don't know if it's a pay-per-view, if you call it that, but it was excellent. I don't know how Mania is gonna live up to it. I'm obviously gonna watch the 7 hours or whatever, however long the Mania is gonna be. But for 2 hours, NXT Takeover Dallas did the job for me. One of the greatest wrestling shows of all time. I'm actually, the second I get done, I'm just gonna rewatch the whole thing. I was gonna go back and just watch Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn, but I'm watching the whole thing over again because I gotta see Bobby Roode. I gotta see Kota Ibushi, my boy from DDT. Oh my gosh, this is insane. Oh my gosh. So if you guys are just as hyped as me, if you guys are like, this guy's an idiot, like this guy's the worst, go ahead and tell me in the comments. But hit that like button or whatever, hit that subscribe button. And tell me if you want more wrestling reviews. I might do a WrestleMania and a post-Raw WrestleMania. Tell me if you guys want to see that down below. If there's enough of you that can create a boom. If there's enough of you people that are watching this right now that want to see that, go ahead and tell me. Make your voice be heard and make it thunderous so we can maybe perhaps see that Sunday night and Monday night. Because that would be really cool, because wrestling is something that I like to talk about and try to implicate with my channel. So that's going to do it for me. I'm AU, and I'm going to get the freak out of here. Peace.